Listen to chapter 29, verses 7 through 14. Listen to this man. This is how we know that the law word of God existed prior to the codification. He says, when I went out to the city gate, to the gate by the city, when I took my seat in the open square, the young men saw me and hid, and the aged arose and stood. The princes refrained from talking and put their hand on their mouth. The voice of nobles was hushed, and their tongue stuck to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard, then it blessed me, and when the eye saw, then it approved me. Stop there for just a second. Verse 11, at verse 11. We just have a description of how great this man was. Why? Was he like some kind of a guru, like Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, standing up on a mountain somewhere with his hands out like this, raining, cool sayings for everybody to just sit there and say, oh, that guy's really smart. Was it his extra brains? Was it perhaps his business acumen here? Why these people respected him so much? We are told exactly why. This is a big deal in the scriptures. I hope you remember this. We're told why. Because, verse 12 starts, because I delivered the poor who cried out, the fatherless and the one who had no helper. The blessing of a perishing man came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on righteousness that clothed me. My justice was like a robe and a turban. I was eyes to the blind. I was feet to the lame. I was a father to the poor. I searched out the cause that I did not know. I broke the fangs of the wicked and plucked the victim from his teeth. Do you know why he had such respect? He was a man of justice. He loved justice. And he hated wickedness. Do you remember that was said about Christ, right? He loved justice. It said that in the Old Testament. He loved justice. My friends, do you and I love justice? Are we getting used to injustice? We see it everywhere. We see the righteous trampled. We see people being thrown out of their homes. We see people paying for educations that they want nothing to do with at all. That's unjust. But we're used to the injustice. I pray God will cause us to hate injustice wherever it is. Now you're going to say, well, Joel, you're going to hate injustice. You're going to be walking around hating all the time. Well, perhaps if he would have hated injustice a few generations ago, we wouldn't have so much around us now. Job was a man who wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. And what's intriguing about the description here that applies to us, well, it all applies to us, but I'm intrigued because he has kind of a long description here. If you read it, I broke the fangs of the wicked, the blessing of a perishing man, I made the widow's heart sing for joy. It seemed like there was a lot of injustice going on. It seems like the things that were going on then are kind of going on now. And while you and I do not have the position that Job had there in the gates, and you and I don't have the authority, power, if you will, to do what Job did, can we at least be outraged and never at peace with the injustice going on? I think of business guys especially. They want to hire somebody. They want to give them a job. By the time they fill out all the forms and do all the crazy things they have to do, they don't hire someone. They can't hire the person and pay a minimum wage and all manner of business that they have to do. It's unjust, my friends. You're keeping two people from benefiting because you have all these happy little rules about the way things are supposed to be. You've abandoned the law word of God. You know nothing of justice, and there you are sitting in the seat of justice. Is that not outrageous, my friends? All those sitting in the seat of justice that know nothing about it at all. Job wasn't okay with this. He was a man of justice, and he was rooting it out wherever he could. Oh, you and I, do we understand justice? Job did.